And as I understand it, you got like 2 minutes left, right? Because it's
Hmm.
almost. So we should probably
Yeah.
just wrap that up then, so that we can kind of finish with you with us. So I just want to like thank
Yep.
you for coming.
Unfortunate because I would have liked to talk to you about the fashion
Yeah,
and like your
absolutely.
profession and what you've been doing professionally
Well,
for the last.
let's take it. Let's take it. Just like I'm not married to the fucking time. Let's take it a few minutes, man.
All right.
Talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it a few minutes. We'll go a few minutes over.
Well, then let's get straight to that. Like,
Fashion.
Yeah.
mhm. What have you been doing in like what like your career in fashion? Like, how did this start, and what do you do in fashion?
Okay. So 1998, I get a job. My brother's working for 555 Soul, right? Yeah, I know 555 Soul, right?
Mm,
My brother's working for 555 Soul. He's home from school. He's working for 555 Soul. Um, I get hired, right, to as a fucking part-time fucking stock guy, right? And like I'll speed it up for the sake of saving time, right? Um, so I'm working 555 Soul 1998. 2001, I'm fired from 555 Soul, right?
I mean,
Um,
that makes about sense. I'm pretty sure that they didn't last very long after that.
you know what I'm saying? Not yo, so okay, wait, hold on. You know what? I'll back up. 1998, I get hired at 555 Soul. 1999, August, EOW starts, right? So I'm early, fucking helping Eye to Eye, getting photo shoots, nigga, Eye to Eye, Vice and Pro. At this point, it's whittled down from, Slane and fucking Stead and all the other characters who were involved with Eye to Eye. I'm helping them with, management efforts, fucking photos, recording, documented shit. That's why I have recordings of fucking early Eye to Eye performances, etc. EOW jumps off August of 1999. 2001, roughly around July, August, I'm fired from 555 Soul. That's a whole nother story. Um, August 2001, EOW gets fucking contracted by a company called Mad Soul. Shout out to my man Mark D'Amelio, to represent them on the trade show sales floor of the Magic Convention, which is the men's show in Las Vegas. Takes place twice a year. Biggest fucking show in fashion at the time. Um, and my brother is working for the Source magazine. Uh, we go out there, we do just what we do, which is EOW representing the open mic, on in the middle of the trade show floor. So I get the behind the scenes fucking look at the fashion industry, right? Like where the magic is really fucking happening. It's not just at the store level where, I'm selling to the direct customer, but it's the fucking people who are selling to the stores. So I get hip to that fucking game. I start recognizing like, yo, I don't want to be on my feet like 40 hours a fucking week, you know what I'm saying? Working in this retail shit. I'd rather be on the fucking back end of this shit. Kind of like moving and shaking and influencing, right? So my brother is working with a dude who I actually just sat with and chopped it up for the first time in a long time just on Monday this week. Peter Mintz. Peter Mintz has this fucking showroom. It's called the Moon Moon Showroom. He's got some fucking super dope influential brands in there at the time. Red Monkey Denim, Royal Filth T-shirts, Massive Revolution clothing. He's on the verge of fucking signing on with Prohibit. Peter Mintz is a dude who quiet as cat brought Mecca, Aniche, Alphanumeric,
Mm,
um, all these fucking like crazy fucking brands to the fucking table out here in the Northeast. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, was
word.
pioneering shit. It's crazy, right? So I fucking happened. My brother's working with him. My brother's actually moving on to take another job. I had actually paid for myself. Like I saw the back end of the business. I wanted to get in. I didn't want to stand on my feet 40 hours a week. So I was like, yo, I started fucking paying for myself. The next, EOW gets flown out. We get paid to fucking fly out there and do what we do. The next time I had an opportunity, I fucking paid for myself to fly out to Vegas and fucking be there for the trade shows. I was able to stay with my brother, etc. I was essentially auditioning for a job, you know what I'm saying? So this dude fucking Peter Mintz, who brought all these amazing brands to the urban fucking market, excuse me, is like watching me, right? My brother's helping him out. I'm there helping out my brother. Uh my brother was working a couple of brands at the time. Robert Graham, which if you listen to Jay-Z's Change Clothes track, right, he references like changing out from fucking Mitchell and Ness and like throwback, jerseys to fucking button ups and shit like that. Like Robert Graham is one of the brands that he fucking references, you know what I'm saying? So my brother had to go over to the Rugg and Robert Graham booth. I fucking get thrown into the fire by this dude, Peter Mintz. He's like, yo, you want to work this appointment for me? I got to talk to these people. I fucking show, I just mimicked what my brother had been doing all fucking morning, right? I just fucking showed this line that I had been helping my brother show all morning and fucking learning to these people who were dressed in suits that I had no idea who they were. After the showing, this dude Peter Mintz is like, yo, how did it go? Blah blah blah. I was like, yo, it was cool, felt good, you know what I'm saying? I felt natural, you know what I'm saying? I just did what my brother was doing. And he was like, oh, that was Macy's West. So unbeknownst to me, like my very first like green experience in the fashion business is fucking showing a collection to the buyers from Macy's on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? So like, like I was like, like had he told me that obviously beforehand, I probably would have fucking shat on myself. But the fact that he fucking like told me after the fact, like I just did what I just mimicked what I had been watching and helping out on, and felt like empowered, like I could do this shit. And so like when my brother ultimately like fucking moved on to, different roles in the fashion industry, this dude Peter Mintz like tapped me and fucking brought me in. And so since April of 2006, which is where we are basically right now, I'm coming up on my 18th anniversary. I've been a fucking, I made the transition from being on the retail side to being on the wholesale side. And in the last like 18 years, I've done fucking everything you could fucking imagine, from like broken brands, sold established brands, fucking sold premium denim, sold like every fucking market, like footwear, premium denim, young men's, streetwear, urban. I've done it all. Like I've fucking sold Fab's brand, Rich Young, for a fucking while. Like in 2008 to 2011, we had our show. We opened a showroom, and we had our own showroom, and we were selling Rich Young. We were selling this brand called Sabbath, super fire, Japanese brand. Done by this dude who's currently the fucking creative director at Members Only. All kinds of like wild fly shit. Benji Denim, which was this like premium denim brand from this kid out of Queens Brooklyn, who, learned how to sew watching his grandmother. I've done everything. Like I rode kind of like this merchandising wave. Like my wave was like, merchandising, sales into merchandising, which ultimately led me to getting like a salaried position from which like I never looked back. You know what I'm saying? Like from that salaried retail position, I transitioned to a salaried like wholesale position. And then like my wholesale career has been, at times like salaried, at times independent, at times as a business owner, but has spanned the gamut. And like I've been doing it, like I said, for 18 years. And so like right now I'm doing more like consulting, and helping out with like projects here and there based on like my own choosing. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I think that's where everyone wants to get to. I choose when I
Yeah.
want to work and who I want to work with is
Yeah.
absolutely the ultimate
I mean, but
result of
like you
specialty.
said, you know, the most important thing that he said is like, you know, he kept building towards these things across the 18-year career. 18?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
18.
18
18,
plus
yeah.
the
18-year
6.
Yeah.
18
Plus,
plus.
right. 18 wholesale
Okay,
plus the
so
16 retail.
Man,
24.
that's wild.
Yep.
Across a
Yeah.
24-year career, you know, like
Yeah.
you built yourself to this. So like you
Yeah.
didn't wake up at 18, you know, fresh out of high school with
Yep.
this ability to do that. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Like
Nah.
you had to
Definitely
build
not.
towards that. You know,
Yeah,
like
and ultimately, like a lot of people, man, like I started working, I started working in retail as like a means to feed myself while attending school, and ultimately, like working fucking took over. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, that's a dicey proposition. You know what I'm saying? And I've been blessed in that I was able to fashion that into a fucking professional career. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
you
Because a lot
know,
of people go into retail and that's not what they're
right.
I like right like in New York City too, like I think a lot of people don't understand, right? Like like fresh out of high school, a lot of people do go to McDonald's, right? But then some people go into like retail in stores because there's so many stores in New York City that you
Right,
could work
right,
at any sort, you know, clothing. Like people like usually go to work at what store they like to wear the most, you know?
right.
Um, and so to be able to not just end up a lifelong Gap floor employee, you know,
Yeah,
and to
yeah,
be able to
yeah,
parlay that into like a career where you get to
yeah,
choose who you work with,
That's
yeah.
big.
you're a
You know,
blessed man, sir. You're a blessed
yeah.
man.
No,
Thank,
That's
thank
but
you,
absolutely.
man.
I wanted to know that because that's very curious. Like for as much as everything else, you know, like is very important, right? Because
Right,
we're on EOW Network. I still
right,
want to have your story,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
right,
And fashion is super important
right.
to our culture, but
Yeah.
also to me.
Facts.
It's
So
interesting. It's funny
I'm
you
a
say
fly
that,
nigga,
right?
son.
It's
You know
funny
what I'm
you say
saying?
that. Yeah,
So
yo, dog. I like to I like to believe that I'm a fly nigga as well. And it's funny that you
you
say that, right?
are,
Because
son.
thank you, sir. I appreciate the cosign. You already know.
You all
It's
right.
funny because what I learned on the backside of shit, right, is that what it was working in fashion is an opportunity and a chance to influence culture in a different way, right? Like, yo, if you take you just said it, right? You just crystallized it, right? You just said I'm a fly nigga, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, yo, that's merchandising, right? Like what you do every day in terms of getting up and putting your fucking shit together, that's merchandising. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you fucking present yourself to the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? And that's what like on the back end of shit. Once I got into like the wholesale the wholesale side of shit, you know, as a wholesale professional, you're shaping culture, right? Like it's a different aspect of the game, but you're still shaping culture, right? Because I still, name your favorite store, right? On your block. Like you grew up uptown, right?
Yeah.
You in the X. So like where do you shop? You shop on Fordham, right?
Yeah.
Probably
I mean, yeah, definitely.
Fordham,
We definitely,
Southern Boulevard,
you
Southern
know what?
Boulevard.
Oh, the
Uh,
other Olivier was just here, and I
yeah.
took him to eat at Cucci Fritos on Grand Concourse at 188,
Holla.
right? And
Yeah,
when we were
holla.
done, I took him
Yeah.
on the whole stroll from Fordham Road and Grand Concourse to Fordham Road and Third Ave, right? And
Yep.
like on that walk, I looked and I was like, yo, this VIM, bro. This VIM has serviced so many. I bought so many sneakers at this
So
VIM,
many
bro.
fucking sneakers,
Like, yo,
dog.
this VIM has serviced kids going back to school on Easter break, Christmas break, so many
Forever.
ways. Like, yo,
Forever.
this VIM is legendary and epic, and he just doesn't
Duh.
understand because, right? Like, what? Like,
Yo, and that's the type of shit that I came to know, right? Like that's the kind of shit, right? So like when something hits a store, it's a it's like it's like 9 months to a year old for somebody who fucking works on the wholesale side, right?
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Because
So
yeah.
you have
I
1 minute, right?
yep, yep,
So yeah,
yep.
we should wrap that up. That's all I'm saying.
All
Wait,
right, I got you. I got you. I'll just finish up, right? So like, yo, that 6 to 9 months, dogs, as a wholesale professional, I've been selling that shit. Like I watched the design to the final fucking, decisions in terms of like what we're going to sell as a collection, to me presenting it to that store owner that you ultimately as an end consumer went in there and fucking bought that
mm-hmm.
shit from. And so
Yeah,
like even 9 to 12 months later, when I walk in, when I'm stomping your neighborhood because I'm about to go see that retailer and I'm about to sell that next collection, I see you in the fucking street wearing something that I sold to him, and I fucking reinforce your purchase like, yo, that's a dope hoodie, fam. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know why I'm saying that
yeah,
shit to you. You think I'm just fucking jocking Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? You know, you know what I'm
That
saying?
has happened
But
to me
like,
many times. Now I'm like,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
every time I was somewhere and somebody told me how fly my fit was, he was literally selling the next collection. Like,
Yo, I'm
look, you
telling you,
see,
bro.
look at this fly motherfucker right here. You don't see
Yo,
what I'm doing?
I'm,
I'm
I'm,
shit.
yo, that's 100% the bar, bro. I'm fucking making it so that you feel good about the purchase, so that you can go back to that same nigga you bought it from and be like, yo, I need more of these niggas. Like, what else these niggas got? You know what I'm saying? But that's been my life over the last 18 years, fam.
That's dope
Um,
as fuck. That's amazing.
Thank you,
That's
man.
amazing. That's
Thank you,
amazing.
bro. So,
Yeah.
on that note, man.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate you coming through with the conversation.
Yes.
It
Thank
was
you.
pretty
Thank you.
amazing. Just wanted to give a shout out to End of the Week, for hosting this and having you here. Y'all can make sure to follow them at eodub.com. Big love to everybody watching this on the live. We appreciate you all here. Honestly, without you, it's less of a show. And for those of you watching this in the future, we appreciate you as well. And yeah, thanks again for coming through, man. It was really great.
Yo, Holden, man, thanks for having me, man. Yo, Flacco, you already know. Appreciate you guys, man. It's been a lot of
Nah, man.
fun.
Thank you for coming by. Thank you for sharing your time with us.
Facts.
Absolutely, bro. Y'all be good.
All right, so yeah, live long and prosper, everyone.
It's easy all day.